Hi, third grade. So today we are going to watch a Brain Pop video about Cesar Chavez, okay? Just like we did for Frida Kahlo, we read some articles on her and then we watched the Brain Pop video. We're going to do the same thing here, okay? While you're watching this video, you can watch it once just straight through, and then I would encourage you to watch it again and jot down some notes, jot down some thinking jobs. You can jot it on a sheet of paper, you can put it in your chart from the other day. It's up to you. Remember, the two thinking jobs for biography are accomplishments, and the other one is the deeper purpose. Why are we learning about this person? So what? Okay, so we're going to watch this video. It's going to be really good with Tim and Moby. And then we are going to go to Google Classroom back there, and you are going to complete the exit ticket or quiz, okay? So you can use this video and watch it and then answer your questions. You can do that. You can also go back to the ReadWorks article and pull up the Cesar Chavez article to get some facts to help you answer the questions, because it's a great thing to always go back to the text, okay? So that is definitely okay. I do not want you to try to answer those questions from memory. That's not how we do our learning. That's not what we do when we take our tests in school. You're always able to go back to the text for evidence to check your answers and to check what it says in the text, okay? Make sure to pull up your multiple choice question steps, okay? And in those steps, it says go back to the text. So I want you to go back to this video, go back to the article on ReadWorks, okay? You can open them in different windows if you want, so you can have it all up at one time, up to you. Or you can jot it all down, all right? Okay, friends, take your time, watch the video more than once, listen to the article on Cesar Chavez and ReadWorks more than once, try your best. Make sure you are answering those questions on your own. We want to see what can you do on your own. Got it? All right, let's get to it.
The signs say they're protesting for fairer wages. Dear Tim and Moby, why are we celebrating Cesar Chavez's birthday? Thanks, Jared. Cesar Chavez was a Mexican-American farm worker who led a campaign to improve the working conditions of millions of other farm workers. He was one of the greatest civil rights leaders of the 20th century. Chavez was born in North Gila Valley near Yuma, Arizona on March 31st, 1927. During the Great Depression, his family was swindled out of their home.
So I want to give you some context. The word swindled is a word that means like they were tricked and cheated out of their home. So someone pushed them out and made them leave and tricked them to get out and stole it from them, basically.
They headed to California to find temporary work on farms. People who move around the country harvesting seasonal crops are called migrant workers. Chavez's family picked peas and lettuce in the winter, cherries and beans in the spring, corn and grapes in the summer, and cotton in the fall. Because they moved so often, Chavez went to more than 30 schools. No, a migrant farmer's life wasn't easy. It didn't pay much, and workers often lived in government camps without access to clean water or bathrooms. Kids had to switch schools all the time, and sometimes, in order to raise enough money to keep their families fed, they couldn't go to school at all. Well, sure, it's fun to get a day off from school every once in a while. But without a decent education, children of migrant workers couldn't learn the skills that could help them get better jobs. Young Cesar left school after 8th grade to work in the fields after his father was in an accident and could no longer work to feed the family. After serving in the Navy for 2 years, Chavez returned to field labor. Soon, he became the leader of a civil rights group for Latinos, who made up the majority of the farming labor community. Conditions for farm workers remained pretty bad, so eventually Chavez he just got fed up. A lot of other people were fed up too. In 1962, he and Dolores Huerta founded the National Farm Workers Association to improve wages and working conditions. It was a labor union, a group of workers who joined together in order to protect their rights. Because Chavez was influenced by the peaceful rebellions led by Mahatma Gandhi in India, he always used non-violent ways to get his point across. Like Martin Luther King Jr., another student of Gandhi, Chavez relied on 3 techniques: strikes, boycotts, and protest marches. All 3 of these came in handy in 1965. That year, the National Farm Workers Association joined up with a group of Filipino grape pickers striking in Delano, California. A strike happens when employees of a particular company all decide not to go to work. Well, yeah, usually it's a good thing to go to work. But a strike is a non-violent way for workers to demand things like better wages, safer working conditions, or more affordable health care from their employers. Companies don't want employees to strike because it costs money. So they'll often negotiate with strikers, and both sides will come to a compromise. Chavez also led a protest march from Delano to Sacramento, the California state capital. Well, protest marches show that people care about an issue, which can help convince leaders to pass new laws. Finally, Chavez helped convince millions of Americans to boycott grapes, to refuse to buy or eat them in support of the strikers. The strike he led finally ended in 1970, leading not just to better conditions for grape pickers, but also to more strikes and unions all over the country.
So he led this strike because the grape pickers were not treated well. Their conditions were not great. So if people stopped eating the grapes, then the companies who sell grapes will not make any money because people aren't buying the grapes. And so he led this, so if you want people to buy your grapes and make money, then you need to treat your workers who are getting these grapes for you and picking them for you, you need to treat them right. And so it worked. And these are the places where it started to work.
It also caused a bunch of different labor unions to join up into the United Farm Workers, an organization that still works for the rights of farm workers today. Well, Chavez is best known for the grape pickers strike, but he worked for the rest of his life for the rights of farm workers and of Mexican American immigrants. He died on April 23, 1993. Today, 8 states recognize his birthday as a holiday, and cities all over the country have named streets, schools, and other buildings after him. Maybe we should find a different store.
They need a different store because they can't go in. They're causing a strike. There's no workers. Okay, friends, now you're going to go back to Google Classroom and you're going to pull up the multiple choice steps to help you, and you're going to do the exit ticket and answer the questions. After you are done and you turn it in on Google Classroom, you press submit on your quiz, your exit ticket, and then you press turn in on Google Classroom, or mark as done, either one, whatever it says. After you do that, and if you have free time, Yes, you can go onto BrainPop and type in Cesar Chavez, okay? You just go to the top and you type it in. Let me show you. You can even just do his first name. And it pops right up. There are different things you can do on here. You can go on there later, but going on BrainPop is not a part of your assignment. Do not go on BrainPop if you have not done the assignment, all the things you need to do in Google Classroom first. Got it? All right, friends, have a good day, and I'll see you again tomorrow.